Hello, Griffans. We're on our way to the movie theater to see Founders Day, and we're gonna do our predictions before we do my review later. So my prediction is it's gonna be 3 or 3.5. What about you?
6
out of 5. 6 out of 5.
Okay, yeah.
4.
I'm giving it 3.
I'm going 3.5. I'm going 3.
Okay.
Actually, no. Maybe I'll go 3 since everyone else.
Okay. We'll see. Okay, guys, I'm back from the movie, and yeah. So basically, the plot of this movie it's very simple. It's just a slasher about a masked killer who's killing lots of people in the days leading up to the election for mayor in their town. So like while you're watching it, you kind of wonder like, does it have to do something to do with the politics, or like does somebody want to be mayor? You kind of are thinking that the whole time. So yeah, it's an interesting movie. In tone, it kind of reminds me a lot of Eli Roth's Thanksgiving, and it's also kind of similar to Scream, so those two kind of mixed. It has like the exact same plot as one movie that I'm thinking of, but I don't remember what it's called, but it's very like almost exactly the same. If I remember it, I'll edit it right here. But yeah. So to begin my review for this movie, I'd like to say, just straight off the bat, this movie's very bad. Like, terrible. Like, it's funny how bad it is. So like, just want to get that out of the way. So yeah, it's directed by Eric Blomquist, who I've never seen any of his movies, but this is his 8th film. Would not be able to tell because it feels not like an 8th film. But yeah, so to start with, I'm actually gonna start with the bad because there's a lot of it, so I'll just get it out of the way. The writing is so terrible. Like, the lines of the characters are so stupid. Every single thing every character says is like an unbelievable thing to say. Like, nobody makes sense. Also, along with that, almost every single character is like a terrible actor. Like, there is some terrible acting in this movie, especially from the dad of the girl who gets killed at the beginning. That dad, I don't remember his name, but he had the worst performance I've ever seen. Like, it felt like I was watching a joke. The writing and like acting kind of reminds me of It's a Wonderful Knife from last year, and if you watch that movie, that's not a good thing. So yeah, writing and acting was really bad. The next thing I'd like to say is this movie has like a rough beginning. The first like 30 or 40 minutes of this movie is like excruciatingly boring. It's like so unfun to watch. It's not even funny. Like, there's the first scene where, I mean, this might be a spoiler, but first of all, you probably shouldn't even watch this movie. Second of all, it's like the first scene, and every slasher basically starts the same way. The first scene is like, you get your first kill, and it's really weak. You're like, oh no, is this movie gonna be like that? But following that kill, it takes like 30 minutes for like there to be more kills, and it was really boring. And it wasn't like there wasn't anything happening. It wasn't like we were waiting for a kill, but there was so much suspense. It was like we're waiting for a kill and like going to the movies and like doing boring things like that. Like, it was just really boring at the beginning. My final critique, it sounds like I don't have that much critiques. Like, what I've already said is so bad, and what I think is good about this movie is also bad. So like, this, like, trust me, this movie's terrible. But yeah, so the final like major critique I have for this movie is that there's this one scene where we, at the end, I won't spoil anything, where it kind of resolves the whole movie and tells you everything that was happening. And it like had this flashback that was the longest, most in-depth flashback ever. And it, first of all, replayed like every single scene of like killing in the whole movie. Like I feel like every single death in the whole movie was replayed in that one scene, and it was like 5 minutes long. And then there was a flashback to explain the origins, and it was so boring. And I remember being like, what's the point? Like, it's getting, like, can the movie end? But yeah, so the flashbacks, really bad. Yeah. Now, on to the good. The only one genuinely good thing about this movie, I think, is the kills are brutal. And if they weren't, this movie would probably be impossible to watch. But the first kill of the movie was really weak and I was scared, but everything after that was brutal. Like, they went all out, and like the blood was CGI, but I thought it was good CGI. It was effective. It looked like it could possibly be real. So that's the one thing. The kills are good. So if you're scared by blood and scared by slashers, it will at least have that component to it. But the other reason why I think I'd rewatch this movie is I think it is so funny. It's not meant to be a comedy, like, at all. Nowhere is it advertised as a comedy. I think it's just so badly written that it feels like a comedy. I think it was hilarious. Like, it is like a really fun movie to watch and like laugh with your friends. My theater was like almost completely empty because nobody's going to see this, and I came with my friends, and there was just this one couple sitting next to us, and us, like them and us, we were just like laughing the whole time. There was like a certain point in the movie where we're like, okay, this isn't even serious anymore. We could just like laugh because this movie's terrible. And it became really entertaining to watch. And like, it was really funny. Like, by the end of the movie, everybody in that theater was walking out with a smile, even if it was like a very small amount. So like, it is a really fun movie to watch, especially like, I don't know, around election time. That might be fun too. It is fun to watch, and if you want to have like a fun movie to watch with your friends for like a scary movie night or something, this would be so fun to watch. Like, it is a fun movie to watch just because of how terrible it is, which is half a critique, but honestly more of a positive to me. For my rating for this movie, despite how much I just praised it's a fun movie to watch, I think with that taken into consideration, it's probably going to be 2. It's really bad. Like, it is a terrible movie. Like, with every single part of it is terrible. But I just found it so enjoyable, so I can't, like, bear giving it, like, a 1 or, like, 1.5. 2 feels right to me. Like, it is terrible, but it's bloody, and it is so freaking funny. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. And so did my friends. So, I think you can wait till this comes out on streaming. Definitely don't go to the theaters. Like, there's no point. But you should watch it, because I think it's, like, hilarious. Okay, that's all. If you liked the video, you should like and subscribe. And yeah, okay, goodbye.